when I lived in my grimy Bushwick apartment, the one with the 14 roommates and such. I've definitely told that on Grumps before, right?
You haven't, actually.
Are you
never
serious?
told the story about the commune.
That's crazy. Okay, so when I lived in Brooklyn, I had 14 roommates. So when I lived in Bushwick, there were like 7 of us. Like, I lived in Philly first, and like me and 6 of my musician friends, all dudes, like we all moved up to New York, and we got this converted loft, which was basically a fucking abandoned factory in the grimy section of Brooklyn. But because it was not up to code, it was super cheap. And
Not up to code, you say?
yeah, and well, those guys knew that like we would accept cheap rent because they knew that we could just call, you know, whoever in New York handles shutting down unfit for living situations. So it was 6 guys living in this big place, and then like 5 of us got like live-in girlfriends, and so that brought it up to 12. And that was funny because, and as soon as there were girls there, it became such a nicer place to live because like girls, not to stereotype, but girls in general are more in tune with their environment than guys are, I think, when it comes to setting up and decorating a place. And as soon as girls lived there, suddenly like there was sunlight and like plants and animals could live.
Animals including humans.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this where it came out of, the rich guy's house?
And we just have like these massive parties, and then after a party, like these 2 guys just like stayed, and then they started paying rent, and I was like, okay, I guess we got new roommates. And that brought it to 14.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. The last thing I wanted to say about that place was because it was not up to code, it would flood constantly every time it rained, and like the people who lived on either side of us would they just moved out because they were like, fuck this, like I can't live here, and so like every time someone would move out, we'd just knock down the walls between our apartment and theirs and just annex that shit like Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yeah, so our place ended up being huge. That being said, I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I live out here now.
I'm sure it's a good life experience, though.
It was super fun when I was in my 20s, you know, like, oh, you sneaky bastards.
Fucking tiny squid.